Hey everyone, welcome to Massachusetts Sports Central. This is our recap of the AFC Championship Game versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Pats start slow but pull off another amazing fourth quarter comeback to beat the Jags 24-20 to get back to the Super Bowl for the second year in a row and third time in the last 4 years. Pats get the ball first and they start off strong. Brady's perfect on the drive, going 6 for 6 with 57 yards, but the Jags were able to sack him on a third down, and they did have to settle for a 31-yard field goal to draw first blood. The teams trade punts on their next possessions, then the Jags make some noise with Bortles hitting Mercedes Lewis for a 4-yard touchdown pass on the second play of the second quarter to take a 7-3 lead. The vaunted Jags D gets a 3-and-out and then they are able to move down the field again. They have another nice drive and cap it with a Leonard Fournette 4-yard touchdown run to put them up 11 points, 14-3. The Jags make another stop and then seem to be moving the ball again, but the Pats do get them to a 3rd and 7 at midfield. Then the Jags make a big mistake, getting a delay of game penalty coming out of a timeout, which erased a big conversion. Now backed up more, the Pats were able to stop them with a big sack by Adam Butler. Now the Pats get the ball back with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in the half, so you can guess what happened next. Brady marches them down the field in 1 minute and 7 seconds to put a TD on the board, with White punching it in from the 1-yard line. The big plays on the drive were an unnecessary roughness penalty on Barry Church when he nailed Gronk with a helmet-to-helmet hit. The 15 yards helped, but the bigger issue was that Gronk had to go into concussion protocol and didn't return to the game. On the next play, Cooks drew a big pass interference penalty, moving them to the Jags 13, 2 plays ahead of the touchdown. Okay, so the only real critique of the drive would really be that they did it a little fast, giving the ball back to the Jags with 55 seconds and 2 timeouts. However, instead of seeing if they could do anything, they just take a couple of knees and let the half run out. This would be a decision that would get questioned a lot post-game. Coming out of the half, the Jags get the ball and do move the ball a little bit again, but they do stall out at the Pats 36. They bring in Lambeau out for a long field goal attempt, and he is able to easily nail a 54-yarder to go up 17-10. The Jacksonville defense was able to stall the Pats on both of their third quarter drives and have another solid drive to close out the quarter. Again, the defense bends but doesn't break, but does give up a 43-yard field goal to go have the Pats go down 10 on the second play of the fourth. While not where you want to be, it was hard to feel the Pats weren't still in it. And when they got the ball back, they get a quick first down and some good yards. And they have a great trick play with a double pass where Amendola nails Lewis for a big 20-yard gain. But then the unthinkable happens and Lewis gets stripped of the ball while he's going down, and the Jags Miles Jack rips it out of his hands for the turnover. It was fair for fans to get down and think that it was just one of those games, with that turnover killing a drive that already had them in field goal range. Well, the defense was playing better, but went into full lockdown mode at this point. They force a 3-and-out and with only 1 minute and 26 seconds coming off the clock. So the GOAT gives them a tip of the cap and goes out and starts doing his part. TB12 drops back every play and goes 5 for 7 with 93 yards and a touchdown. There were several big throws, but the biggest was hitting Amendola for 21 yards on 3rd and 18, so that could have really killed the drive. And then they cap the drive with a 9-yard touchdown pass to Dola to get them within 3. Pats D stops them on the next drive, and then they're next after Jacksonville does stop the offense in between. Between these two drives, the Bortles made one nice pass to Hearns for 20 yards, but otherwise he missed all 4 of his other attempts, and the other 3 plays were runs by Fournette that only gained a total of 1 yard. They could only take 2 minutes and 51 seconds on those 2 drives, allowing plenty of time for the offense to work with. And work with it they did. On the punt, it was short and low, and Amendola makes a great 20-yard return to give them the ball at the Jags' 30-yard line, so was in position to tie it before they even ran an offensive play. Of course, they went for the jugular, and similar to the end of the first half, the biggest critique is that they probably scored too fast. The short, efficient drive ended with another Amendola touchdown, making a gorgeous catch in the back of the end zone on a 4-yard pass. Down 4, the Jags did have 2 minutes and 48 seconds left in all of their timeouts to get to the end zone to try to take the lead back. The defense once again steps up and stops them. They get one big 29-yard play, but after that first down, they turned it over on downs. It looked like they had a chance to get a nice pass by Bortles on 4th and 15, but Gilmore defends it perfectly, punching it away right as it gets to the receiver. So after getting the ball back, Lewis puts the game away with an 18-yard run on 3rd and 9, forcing the Jags to use their final timeout and letting Brady just go out and take a couple of knees to end it. The Pats defense finished strong by not giving up a touchdown and only 6 points in the second half. Overall, the stats are solid but not amazing, giving up 20 points and 374 total yards and got 3 sacks. It did get one forced fumble, though the Jags got it back. Dion Lewis was active but wasn't special today. Didn't do much on the ground, with more than half of his 34 yards coming on that last rush to ice the game. He also tied for the team lead with 7 catches and added another 32 yards. Also in the passing game, Cooks was good with 6 catches and a team-leading 100 yards. But without question, the biggest contributor was Amendola, who also tied for the team high with 7 grabs and was second with 84 yards. But he had those 2 huge touchdowns in the fourth quarter. And just to mix it up, he also had 1 rush for 3 yards and threw that double pass, getting credit for 20 yards passing as well. And, of course, the big punt return we talked about. Brady started hot and finished really strong to end up with another great game, going 26 for 38 with 290 yards and 2 touchdowns for 108.4 passer rating for the game, and extended his own records for playoff game-winning drives and fourth-quarter comebacks with 11 and 8 respectively. Interesting stat I heard after the game was that in the last 10 years, the Pats are 3-4 in games trailing by at least 10 points in the fourth quarter in the playoffs. The other 31 teams combined are 3-70. That's 70. Just showing what we all really know, that you can't ever count the Pats out. All right, the Pats are off for 2 weeks for the media frenzy leading up to Super Bowl 52, where they will square off against the Philadelphia Eagles in a Super Bowl 39 rematch. All right, thanks for watching, and please like, comment, and share the videos, and subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on other social media. Facebook and Twitter are both @MA Sports Central. Thanks, and we will see you soon.